How you doing, world? This is JJ, and I'm your host with African American News Channel. Today we have some very interesting videos for you guys. So grab your popcorn, grab some cold to drink, and come right back, because you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Nah. Now our first video is about an African American man who says he do not like black people from London. And you know why he don't like them? Because he say they act like they ain't black. Did you see yourself? Did you see yourself? Watch this video.
Ooh, TikTok, I gotta get this one off my chest. Let me tell y'all something about these black people out here in London. I don't like them. I don't like them. You know what? I can't even put shit on my head because I gotta get this one off my chest. The difference between Africans and African Americans could not be more clear to me. These bitches out here. I gotta pour up a drink. Just 1 second. Let me just fucking start by saying that it ain't no sense of fucking unity out here. Now, in America, I can go anywhere and I can feel real comfortable talking to any black person, no matter what type of black person you is. Rich, poor, fat, skinny, tall, short, it don't matter. Over here, I was ready. Oh, shit. I was ready to knock all their asses out. Listen, these motherfuckers act like y'all not the same color over here. Damn, look what I did to my finger. Damn. Fuck. I've been over here trying to navigate getting around. And when I stop and try to ask motherfuckers for help, motherfuckers just been looking at me crazy as if like I'm beneath them or something. And then the few ones that I have talked to, I just be like, damn, where's the fucking unity over here? Like, what's going on? And they be like, oh no, we're all kind of just like to ourselves. We don't really say much to each other. And that be our motherfucking issue right now. That's why these bastards be over here talking about y'all and saying whatever and whatnot. Because y'all bastards don't take up for yourself. And not only do y'all not take up for yourselves, y'all don't take up for each other. Would not fly in the States. Period. It was this one bald head bitch, y'all. I was in the train station. I was trying to get directions from her, y'all. She tooted her fucking nose up at me. Bitch, I will drag you by your motherfucking hair follicles on your scalp. Like, for real, y'all, she looked at me with disgust. And here I am coming up being all friendly, finally happy to talk to a black person. And I'm like, damn, bitch, I'll really two-piece your bald head ass. I was telling somebody, like, this is the product of y'all not really coming together as one. You let these motherfuckers trick y'all into thinking that, I don't even know how to fucking explain it, y'all. Now, America's history ain't peaches and cream, but one thing's for certain and two things for sure. We black people got each other's backs in our fucking country. To hell with this shit over here. I'll line all y'all motherfuckers up and bulldoze through all y'all bitches. And then ship your bodies back to the country you came from.
How did you guys feel about that video? Was he right or was he wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about an African American woman who says she do not like Joe Biden. She can't stand Joe Biden. Whew. Watch this video.
Since apparently using the word literally makes things really real, so I'm going to use the word literally a couple of times about Joe Biden. Joe Biden literally just said black and Hispanics cannot own homes, so they should be relieved from their goddamn student loans. Joe Biden literally said he did not want his children commingling with animals, jungle animals, meaning us, black people with black faces and black skins. He literally said that. He literally backed the 3 strikes laws and has over 5,000 prisoners in jail for under an ounce of marijuana for over a decade. He literally said, let them die. Literally, Joe Biden cut all fundings to historically black colleges. If that doesn't scream racism, I don't know what does.
How did you guys like that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about an African woman currently living in America, and she says to my fellow African brothers and sisters back home, just because you come to America and you doing better than you were back home does not give you the right to talk about African Americans. Watch this video.
For my African brothers and sisters, if you immigrated to the USA for a better life and you're doing good and you're doing better than you were back home, it does not give you a right to judge the African Americans and say they're lazy or they're crying victim and they need to work hard and they need to stop depending on the government. You do not know their history, so it is not your place to talk. We come from countries where our systems are corrupt. That's why we are here. And we kicked out colonialists so we can get our independence. And we did get our independence. So who are you to come and judge African Americans while they're trying to fight for their rights? What do you know about their history? Nothing. Can you imagine one of those black Americans coming to Kenya, finding you selling maize by the roadside with your master's degree and called you lazy and that you're not a hard worker and that you don't fight hard enough? How would you feel? So please, if you cannot stand by them and support them, sit down and mind your own.
How did you guys feel about that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about an African American man who says the African president is encouraging all African Americans to come back home. But I don't want to come back home. I don't want to come back home. Watch this video.
So, all over social media and all over the news, you have the African president are telling African Americans to come back home to their motherland. They have to be out of their damn mind. You already sold our ancestors. You sold them to white Americans. And we suffered. And we made it through that suffering. Now, you want us to come back to Africa to suffer some more while your people come back here and live good? First of all, I'm not African anything. I have no culture. You forfeited my culture when you sold us to white America. Y'all have lost your damn mind. Come back to Africa. Come back.
I'm back. How did you guys feel about that video? Was he right or was he wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about 2 African women currently living in Africa. And they say black Americans, African Americans from the diaspora, we want y'all to come back home. We even have a little alternative for you guys. Since you guys have an identity crisis and don't know which African continent you came from, won't you guys come to Africa, have kids in Africa, so your kids will know where they came from. So there won't be no confusion. Whew. It's about to get hot. Whew. Watch this video.
The only thing that you need to know is that we are open to having you guys come to the motherland. I will say this, I know racist, I love white people, I love Asian people, but black Americans need to come and take over the motherland. Yeah? Because now, you will have kids that have... Your kids will not have to go and look for DNA tests to find out which country they come from.
Exactly, and they will actually own things and they become indigenous to the place.
Exactly.
Because they are born from there.
Right?
Imagine having having your child in the motherland and they don't even have to suffer because they are a citizen of the motherland. They can own land, like we keep saying. They are free to go wherever they want to. They are seen as normal people because no one is going to stop them. Like, hey, You look different.
Yeah, I
He's
find
not
it
different.
sad.
See?
I've heard like white people, they'll be like, if you don't like it here, then go back to Africa. It is sad from an African to hear that, another black person, a fellow black person being told that. It's like, you are in a foreign land, but that is your country. Find your husband on the motherland or your wife on the motherland. When a white person tells you, if you don't like it here in America, you go to Africa, like nigga bye.
Just say bye.
Caucasian bye.
Just and come
I'm down to the motherland.
We are looking for you guys. You need to come
I want
and
to say
sit
black
on the soil.
Americans like experience the motherland experience.
Yeah.
It feels different.
I know.
Even the black Americans that I know that have come to Africa, they will tell you this. It's a connection. You're home. Now you're there. You instead of taking a trip to Tanzania, now you want to go to Bali. Wait.
Hi.
Come here.
Come here.
Yeah. And black American women, what is stopping you from getting your African king?
Actually, yeah. What is stopping African
I'm talking to
women
you.
from coming for our African men? Because not everyone is horrible.
Yeah. Come yourself and get yourself an African man. Yeah. And have the kids in the motherland.
How did you guys feel about that video? Was they right or was they wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about an African American woman who says African Americans talk about everybody else being racist, but African Americans is racist to each other. Watch this video.
Alright, I know this gonna ruffle some feathers, but I don't care because I love the Flamin' Hot Barbecue Cow with some ranch and some salsa. So let's dip this chip and get on into it, shall we? I know I can't be the only lightly melanated woman that feels as though that the darker melanated women cast us out a lot. Not all, but many. But then we're told that we have pretty girl or light skin syndrome because we're light skinned. I know y'all seen a bunch of videos surfacing around the web when they're promoting black excellence, black beauty, black goddesses, all that great shit, right? Because it's great. But how often do you see a melanated woman that looks like me or close to it in those videos, in those memes, in those pictures when you Google black goddesses and they pop up all the black goddesses? Yeah, not too many, not too often. I recently saw a video where there was a parade of black women marching and they were saying, I love being black, as they should, because I do. And I watched that video a few times and not once did I see a black woman that looked like me. And I've seen many videos like this. We talk about racism a lot, but we're racist against our own race without even noticing it. And where did that stem from?
How did you guys feel about that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now my next video is about an African woman who says, since the beginning of time and even now, white folks have been tricking black folks. They even tricked us into thinking Jesus is white. Whew. Watch this video.
We have been so brainwashed to the point that even the obvious lies, we hear them, we know their lies, but we can't get ourselves to unbelieve. And we kneel down in front of the white angels, in front of white Jesus, who we know very well Jesus Christ was not white. We were systematically brainwashed. We were systematically put in the state of mind that we are in. The instructions that the missionaries were given in terms of how to deal with the African. Remember, when they came to Africa, they found very resistant people, very well-established religious, educational systems, people who were so strong that they didn't know how they could conquer Africa unless they addressed the issues of Africa from the core. So they set out a process of letting us believe that everything to do with Black and African was bad, and everything to do with white was better. White and European was better. We have to understand that the missionaries were given instructions on how to instruct us and how to control our minds. They were told to teach us how to read, but not to reason. It was a systematic process, specific instructions on how to handle a Black person in order to get them where they wanted us to be. They used the same process with the slaves on the plantations, where they began this process of divide and conquer, lighter-skinned people versus darker-skinned people, the straighter your nose versus the flatter your nose, thin lips versus thick lips. It was a process that we have been put through. We have been trained to self-hate. I use the example of religion, and I use an example of myself growing up in Zimbabwe. The British did not come to Zimbabwe until 1896. Prior to their coming, we did not know of white color or black color. We were Africans. We were Africans. But the missionaries came in and they told us about Christianity. They told us about Jesus Christ. They told us about the angels who were white and the devil who was black. Then they turn around and say, the angels are desirable. They do the wonderful things. We must aspire to be like them. And they said, oh, by the way, we may not look like this white sheet of paper. Besides, remember, they introduced the color white and the color black. We didn't have that. So we know how black looks like. We know how white looks like. But they turn around and say, the angels are white and we are white too. Never mind how we look. We may not look like this piece of paper, but believe we are white and we represent the angels. And you're black. You may not look like this cover of my phone, which is black, but you represent the devil. The devil is black. The devil is evil. We all must run away from the devil. You don't want to represent the devil. Oh, by the way, you may not look like this black piece of paper, but you're black too. Then now let's go to church. And we kneel down in front of the white angels, in front of white Jesus, who we know very well Jesus Christ was not white. Even their own Bible tells us he had crimson skin. We know for a fact that when Mary and Joseph were running away from King Herod, they were told to go to Egypt. Why? Because in Egypt, Jesus Christ would blend with those who looked more like him. If he was white, they would have told them to run to Europe. So we have all these obvious lies that we have been told. So for centuries, we have knelt and worshiped white Jesus and white angels and denied that which they told us represented us. So they systematically put us through a process of self-hate. It is not by surprise that we hate ourselves. We don't like each other. We don't trust each other. Understand that this has been a systematic process of criminalizing blackness, of teaching us and training us to hate everything that looks like us, and educating that the more we look closer to what white people do, the better off we are. So we spend the rest of our lives and the lives of our children and the lives of generations to come, if we do not do something about it, hating ourselves, teaching our children to hate ourselves. We are a sick people. Let's face it. We need healing. We have been so brainwashed to hate ourselves.
How did you guys feel about that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now, my take on today's videos is this. It is not any person of color, any person from the diaspora, whether you're in Jamaica, whether you're in Haiti, whether you're in Dominican Republic, whether you're in America, it is not nobody's fault that we don't know our culture. That was taken away from us. We all want to know our culture. We all want to know what country we come from. Trust me. If anybody have identity crisis, it's the people from the diaspora. So I don't think it's very cool to make fun of that, because everybody have their problems. If you a real brother, a real sister, and you really mean what you say, you really stand by your people, you will help your people get a better understanding, and you will help your people figure out where they come from. You will embrace your people. You should never judge your people. We are all family. We are all equal. We all need one another. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. We all need each other. And even if you have a big ego, you think, oh, I can do it by myself, I don't need nobody, you're eventually going to need somebody. We all need help. The world moves around by everybody helping one another. The world can't move around with just one person moving it. The world moves around because the world needs everybody to move the world around. And as far as the religion thing, the slave trade, and the Jesus being white and everything, do your research. That's my number one thing I say on this channel. Do your research. Don't go off everything anybody says. Do your research. You got people who watch a video and they think they know it all because somebody said something or because somebody told them an answer they was looking for without even doing their research. How do you know that person was right? Do your research. Don't just believe anything you hear. Don't do that. Do your research. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Do your research. My name is JJ, this African American News Channel. If you like today's videos, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helped the channel out a lot. God bless you all. Have a blessed day. And know that you are loved.
Do not know. They are scared of y'all. The black community. Y'all single-handedly own the power and you can't even see it. They know that y'all single-handedly hold the cards to all of this shit in this nation. God, please just wake up and see what kind of control you actually have. If you really want to get technical, y'all are the ones that can save this country. Because the minute that y'all actually see through their bullshit is when they lose their wealth. Talk about white privilege. They will lose their wealth. They bank on y'all. They bank on y'all remaining stagnant with their bullshit. I can't wait to see this shit unfold because I'm going to tell you, there's one by one, they waking up. Y'all better get ready. One by one, they're waking up to rich man's bullshit. And they're seeing and they're standing their ground.